Welcome back to Tuesday Night Terrorvision. I'm Pete here with J-Man. Again, we are back. It's Tuesday night, and oh boy, we got a good one for you here tonight. But before we get started on that, we had a good Friday the 13th. We watched Jason Goes to Hell, J-Man.
Yeah.
We watched Jason Goes to Hell. That's the first time I've seen that movie, and like I said, it was over 15 years.
Wow.
I've avoided that movie, and the kills in it, I'll give it this: the kills they're fantastic. Yeah, the elbow to the face on old Large Marge there.
Marge,
yeah, you know, she's the beard for the little gay guy from American Horror Story Coven. He played one of the warlocks. That's what I remember him from. I mean, he's been in he was in more than one season of American Horror Story, but that's
he's in lots of stuff. The little guy.
Oh yeah. It was so fun. I'm like the one where he says, "Why did you stop shooting? Like you're screaming, like you still have rounds in the magazine. Fire the weapon."
Yeah.
The plot needed it to happen. Like it's like the goddamn you, Gap. Goddamn you. I always love the teleportation movies you watch.
Jason knows his way around. That's how they're running frantically, running hither and thither. They don't know where they're going. That's the thing. That's the fan explanation. The real explanation is he teleports. Yeah. The fan excuse is, listen, I've been making this excuse for like 25 years or 30 years.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, people say he teleports. So
he just knows his surroundings.
I'm
like, no, he doesn't teleport, Draven. He's not a Deadite, Draven.
He's not a Deadite either. Yes.
Right. He's a Revenant, not a Deadite. The world. Oh, dude. Don't get me. I didn't watch Raw. All I saw was highlights, and I saw Goldberg wheezing his way through a freaking promo. He was gassed by the time he made his entrance. I'm like, just can we stop? Can we please? Like Goldberg. What? Never mind. I'm not going off on a tangent.
He could barely stand on the second rope. He was like struggling. Poor guy. I like Goldberg, but like, come on.
Dude, it's just sad at this point that you're going to trot him out to have a match. Granted, it will be less sad than Ric Flair's because Ric Flair was sad. He looks like a potato.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He's like, what? He's got to be almost 60, right?
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's like a good. He looks like a great 60-year-old guy. If I'm a 60-year-old guy. And but not as other athletes who are 60 years old that look, I don't know how old he is, who look much better.
58. He's 58.
Yeah.
I
mean, so I'm whatever. So that's it. But
here's a picture of him on Raw. I'm just gonna say he doesn't look he physically like he's still big.
Sure. Yeah.
He's a big guy. Like, I mean, the dude. I'm trying. Like. I mean, I would love when I'm 58 years old but I mean, he went and did stem cells and all that stuff too. And speaking of which, I went to I had to go to the doctor the other day and skin cancer free. Cancer free. I've been worried about this stupid thing on my face, and I have moles. I have like a couple, like one on my back and like, on the side, and I had them everything like checked out. Everything was good. So yeah. That was a load off my mind right there.
Yeah, that is good.
I'm always real careful about going on the sun, obviously, because of this glorious head of hair I have.
Right.
So we gotta wear a hat every fucking day. That's annoying. But anyway, enough of my woes and the woes of an old Jewish wrestler who's about to lose to a younger German wrestler.
Oh, you're gonna lose?
He's playing Gunther.
He's
working Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther's gonna absolutely destroy the bloody crap out of him.
They cannot take the title off Gunther and put it on Goldberg.
No, that's not happening. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, Gap. We'll teleport ourselves back.
All right,
to this.
teleport back.
Teleport back to the topic. Somewhere Trina is pulling her hair out right now if she's listening, if she's lurking. But no, so I needed to kill time because before we got started, I had to say, we're reviewing Sleepaway Camp 3, so I have the title card. I loved this was so this was like Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan bonkers.
Yeah.
It's like they know it's the end of the decade. They're like, we're about to go. They could feel the industry shifting. So they're like, we're just going to throw one last fucking pile at the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And I had fun with this.
I love this movie.
I had a blast watching this because the characters were just archetype, just boilerplate. And it's like, that they are there just to die. You can tell right from the word go. It's like, yep, this one's dead. That one's definitely dying, Yeah. And I didn't recognize anybody other than Pamela Springsteen, really. And the one guy that played Herman, we talked about.
Sweet pea, I'm not gonna make you fish, sweet pea. With
his fucking Playboy belt buckle.
Yeah. So that guy plays Mixie's Pitlick on the Superboy live action show. And they even gave him the hat and all that. So he's the little guy that in Superman that teleports to the other dimension, fifth dimension, comes back. So he played that guy. It's perfect casting. He's like this little runt.
Yep, that seems about right.
I mean, he's literally like this little runt person, and he's great. Yeah, sweet pea. My wife don't give me none that no more sweet pea.
Oh my God. Yeah, there was because Trey was going to eat dinner we were all eating dinner living because the wife and I were watching this.
Right.
And I'm just like, we jumped right into the titties. We jumped.
Oh, I was like, milkshake immediately.
Yep. I'm like, all right. Yeah. I was sitting there and Trey hadn't come in there yet. I'm like, do you mind eating in the den? He goes, no, that's fine. He goes, he's sitting there with his headphones on playing freaking Fortnite.
Right.
What's up, Sherry?
All nude. It's all nudity immediate. I mean, the girl wakes up nude and it says milkshake on her boobs. It has milkshake.
Yep. Yeah. And she just gets out of bed. And it's so funny because you could tell they're like, okay, we need an actress that kind of looks like Angela. And this was the Maria girl who I'm like, the way they're setting her up, and it's so fucking funny. And then you see this garbage truck just plowing after her. I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh, as soon as I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Never mind. And then, just fucking mashes her in broad daylight.
You're right.
There's people everywhere.
They don't care.
Just plows this broad over in the alley, gets up, throws her in the trash compactor, fucking crushes her up, I'm like, throws her bags. I was like, Jesus Christmas. Wait, Sleepaway facts. This had the original cut of the film was deemed too graphic, resulting in an X rating. Scenes had to be cut to achieve a more palatable R rating for a theatrical. This got a theatrical?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think there is any other. So this movie was shot with Sleepaway Camp 2. So they're all shot together, right? It's the same thing. They just changed the names of the plant, the camp, and all of that.
Yep.
And they just brought the one cast ended, brought the new cast in, gave Pamela Springsteen, Angela the other hair. I love, I actually wrote notes on this because I've seen this movie 4,000 times. I've probably seen it a little bit more than Sleepaway Camp 2, which I've also seen many times. The thing with this one, it's an hour and 16 minutes or something.
Yep. Yeah, the runtime is quick.
I mean, okay, first of all, how does Angela know what that girl's wearing? How does she know where she's going to be with the truck? No one, right? Who spray painted Angela is back in a perfect shot for the camp bus to go away. I love every, Wrestling with Horror, FK. So the link to his channel is in all my videos. So just go to any one of my videos, go to the description, and I just put your link in all of them. It's just easier that way. I've got like 6 or 7 people who are my trustworthy people. I just put their links in all my videos because then what happens? This happens. Oh, who's this guy? And then I got to find the link, and then I look like an idiot farting around trying to figure it out. But we'll put your link in the chat, and we'll put just so people have it. But it's in all my videos, FK. So just go to anything and Wrestling with Horror is the name. Yeah. So I got the survival kit.
Did you?
I do have the survival kit. That's not, but I don't think it's edited into the movie. That survival kit was pulled because it had the Red Cross on it. I actually have the Red Cross.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that before. You said they got sued for using that.
Something happened, and they had to take the red, because it had the Red Cross, and they took that, and then I think they brought it back out again. So I have the survival kit with the Red Cross on it, because I was all over it. I was like, I've got the VHS tapes. I've got the DVD. I've got the Shout Factory Blu-ray collectors, whatever. Parrot saying Wrestling with the YouTube.
God damn it.
But like, I love that she's dressed as the girl, Maria Nicastro.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they actually established, because remember, they're watching, people are, well, supposedly they'll be watching the news report that woman does. And in the very beginning, and she actually says she has her glasses and she won't really show her face, but they established that the parents don't care. She's like, I'm going to camp. They're, who cares? Get shut up. And right, like, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention. So no one's going to miss the fact that Maria's not there.
Yep. Yep. She's like, and I might never come back.
You won't even get to the camp.
No, it's like, Jesus, what a parrot head. Yeah, she didn't even make it barely down the block. Like, I mean, and then they have the news reporter there, which was, thank you, FKHC. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a ton of horror. There's a back catalog. There's years of like pop culture stuff, television reviews, but in the last year and a half, it's been nothing but wrestling and horror. So there's a ton of movie reviews. And the entire Halloween franchise is broke down conveniently into a playlist, except Halloween Resurrection, which I didn't get done last year because of, look, I did the good ones. I did 2 and 3 this year.
I don't mind Resurrection.
I like it. It's fun. That's a fun.
Fun.
What the trick or treat, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Buster Rhymes, man.
Yeah, give me a break. But yeah, Katie Sackhoff is in it.
Yes.
I thought the Big Brother approach of them having the cameras, that's kind of a neat idea.
Yep.
Except for the very, very end where it's just like he beats him up. It's like, that's dumb. But otherwise, it's not that bad. I also saw it in the theater. The first one I saw in the theater was part 6. I didn't get a chance to see. So after that, I saw them all in the theater. I mean, I don't know. H2O was cool. Like at Resurrect, it was okay. They're okay. Sleepaway Camp 3 went bankrupt for the release of film production. Yeah. No, Sleepaway Camp 3. Oh, delayed the films. No, not for Sleepaway Camp Part 3.
No, 3 was released in 90.
They did it back to back with Part 2. 100%. Everyone looks exactly like it's like it came out because I had the VHS tape. I had both. I didn't have. No, that's a lie. I had Sleepaway Camp Part 1 too. Yeah, I had all 3 on VHS from my friend. This is crazy. We should have known each other. My friend used to work at a video game store and a video game rental store and a movie rental store. And when other stores went out of business, they would send their entire catalog of VHS tapes to this warehouse. And it was an exclusive warehouse only for people who owned stores to rent. And every movie was like $2.
Oh my God.
I went in there like, dude, I'm not kidding you. Like fucking stat. Like all Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1 through 5, the whole thing. Like all Evil Deads, the whole thing. Like Basket Case, we talked about that. The whole trilogy, like all of it. So my buddy was getting everything. I had to hunt these movies. It took me like 2 years to find Evil Dead 2. Like literally, I had people were calling me saying, "Hey, I got Evil Dead 2." I'm like, "Hold it for me. I'm going to come right now and get it." My buddy went to this warehouse, and I went with him. I said, "Just buy all these." And I would literally, he'd be like, "All." So that when I was saying all of it, that was him. I had to find all these movies on my own. I had to go to like video store owners and be like, "Hey, can you sell me this Bad Taste?" Peter Jackson's Bad Taste. That's a great movie. I've never seen that. Oh my God.
I've never seen it. Wasn't that one of his wasn't that his like first movie, the horror movie? That's his first one.
Oh my God.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God. Okay, we're putting it on the list.
I have no knowledge of the movie.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
Dude. Okay, then do not look anything up. Whatever you think is crazy, times it by 10, and then you're going to get this movie.
Oh shit!
It's insane. Have you ever seen Dead Alive, his zombie version? Have you seen Dead Alive with the zombies? You would remember. It is the goriest thing in the universe. Okay, so two zombies. It's the first baby zombie I've seen. But there's like a priest that knows kung fu, so he's kicking the crap out of the zombies. We'll have to talk about this later. Anyways,
okay,
we're getting off track. So the point is, so I would go. So the way I got Sleepaway Camps was I would go to these stores that rented these movies, and I would say, "Can I speak to the manager?" So the manager would come out and say, "Listen, I want to buy this. I don't want to rent it." Yeah. And they would sell it to me for like maybe $30 or something crazy. From back then, that's a lot of money, right? For a VHS tape. But I had to have certain movies. And when I went to go buy Bad Taste, the guy said, "Actually, this rents quite often." I said, "I'm the one renting it." And he looked, and I rented it 6 times. And he's like, "Okay, you are the one renting." He's like, "Well, technically, I'm making more money off of you renting it." And I was like, "Can you sell it to me?" So he sold it to me. But that's how I got the Sleepaway Camps. I was able to go to certain places. And I had my own car. My mom gave me her car. So I was 16. My mom gave me her car. I had a job and I was going to school at the same time. So, and I lived at home and my mom didn't charge me rent. So I was a little bit of a spoiled there. So that's how I amassed this collections. And I would just get anything. Sleepaway Camp, this looks cool. What's this about? I don't know. And then I saw part 1 and now I saw 2 and 3. I was like, these are great. Return to Sleepaway Camp. There you go. Yeah, I have that too. I can loan that to you if you want.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever.
I'd like to check it out.
Sure, yeah. It's not worthy, in my opinion. It's not worthy to talk about on a stream.
No, we probably won't do a stream on any more of them outside of this. It's like when they start making them like 20 years later, I'm kind of like, you know. I mean, especially when they're original, like they're tying into the original franchise. By then, I'm just like, you know, we really didn't need to do this. No. It's like, you know, like Halloween has continually been running. Like, you know, there's been a few gaps. I mean, you had 95 to what? Well, no, not really, because you had H2O and then Resurrection. And then 5 years later, you had Rob Zombie. 2 years after that, you had Rob Zombie. And then it was after 09, 2018. So you had 8 years without
that's
one.
Probably the longest
in the franchise.
Yeah,
because you went between 3 and 4 was 6. That was 6 years you had there. Yeah, because 3 came out in 82 and then Halloween 4 was released in 88. So you had a 6-year gap and an 8-year or 9 year gap there later on. So
that's two. And Friday the 13th is taking forever too. Sleepaway Camp: The Survivor. I've seen that. That's with what's her name, Amy, like the one who got shoved into the in the toilet. She's back or something. She's like back and she's not dead or something silly like that. I can't remember.
Oh my god! Did they turn her into a killer?
I think she becomes the killer or something. Yeah,
I would too after fucking being shoved down a freaking outhouse like that.
She also got stabbed in the back. Like she's dead.
Yeah, like she got stabbed. Like, did she stab her a couple times?
I think she even turned the knife and
and that was like a big knife. And I'm like, she's not a big girl, so that's gonna hit some vital organs.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, there had to be, because she hit her like dead square in the back. So you're talking spinal damage. And then the wound is going to get infected from being in raw fucking feces.
Right.
So yeah, she's dead.
She is not coming back.
She is no. There's no. She's not coming back from that.
All right. So okay, right away in this movie, she even kills the reporter. Like,
it's fake cocaine.
Yeah. One of the dangers of being a drug habit is never knowing if the stuff is really pure. It's like, it'll really clean. Is it good shit? It'll really clean
your pipes. Yeah, I love it. And me and the wife were sitting there watching it, and she snorts which is like, so that was allegedly in Minecraft. That was probably over a gram. It looked to be well over a gram just by the way it was knotted.
I mean, it's a norm. It was like a huge.
Well, she had like the corner of it. She had like the little, I'm not saying I know what it looks like, folks. Right. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just saying that was Yeah, she even said, she was like, well, that looks a little heavy. She's like, oh, it's a tree, or whatever.
My
I'm
favorite
like,
newscaster.
so she does the whole fucking thing in like one. I'm like, in one nostril?
Yeah, that's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, fucking Keith Richards. Like, god damn.
Even Scarface wouldn't be doing that, man.
No, and then she freaking she automatically just like, and then she dies. I'm like, it's gonna take a little bit longer than that. Like,
right.
I mean,
yeah, but this movie's only an hour and 50
yeah,
minutes.
we don't have time. Kill her. She's
Kill
gonna
her.
die. She's gonna die instantly. Like, that was it. So yeah, she just, and then I'm like, well, didn't her cameraman? The cameraman left before her though.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
he survived.
I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, he left before her, so he wouldn't be passing her, laying there dead on the side of the fucking road, And nobody else is leaving the camp. And then, can we talk about Officer
Barney?
Oh my god,
poor guy.
the worst police officer I have ever freaking seen. And it was like, when he died, I'm like, this motherfucker deserved to die.
And it's so anticlimactic. So you're sitting there thinking, oh no, Sean Whitmore's dad's coming in. Barney, always the cop. And they gave him a special intro because in the beginning they showed all the kids.
Yep.
Hey, Blake. They showed all the kids. And it's like, and they're like, let's go to the quote unquote, the upper class kids, the whatever, the nicer kids. And it's like, I'm whatever. And that's like, let's go to the lower class. And you're just like, these guys are all toast. But like, then Barney gets like a special intro. Oh, there's another guy coming. Oh, who's that? Oh, Barney. And then he comes and he's got this story. Oh, I couldn't go with my son, so I'm doing it now. And da da da. And then it's like, and you're sitting there thinking, well, everyone's by this point in the movie, and I said this to you because this was your first time watching. It's like about 10 minutes in, you're going to understand every kid is bad. They didn't even bother. The best line in the movie is she says, why did I think this year would be any different?
I know. I'm like, she was, I gotta say, Pamela Springsteen was fucking awesome in this. Awesome. She is, and Pamela Springsteen is an actual female.
Yes.
She's not, so I can say this, she's sexy.
She's fine. Yeah.
I was like, she's cute as hell in this, man. I'm like, she's just sexy. I'm like, I know she's supposed to be a dude, but just the actress herself was very attractive.
She's awesome. I mean? And she got the funky, I love the funky hair in this one, the Maria's hair. It's like,
I like that Aquanet 80s look. Like, dude, we're both kids from the same era. I'm like, man, Samantha Fox and Taylor Dane with that big ass. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so I like that. Like,
that was funny, yeah.
Yeah, but no, man. I'm trying to think who got it right after the reporter. It was
well, okay, so they split everybody up.
Yeah, they go into three groups. They go into three groups.
So I didn't write down who got killed first, but I'm trying to see from memory. So they split them up. Yeah, they introduced Barney. That's a big thing. And then and then while you're sitting there, you're thinking, how is she going to confront Barney? Because obviously he should be able to kick the crap out of Angela. But then you'll see what happens you'll see what happens. But they split them up, and then she has to go there, and it's like it might be Sweet Pea. Is it Sweet Pea that gets it first? Because like she's with that guy, and then they're like, oh, go catch fish, and when Riff is there, Riff is going down big time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, him and God, I'm trying to think what. The guy got it first, Herman, because
Herman got it first. Yeah.
She stuck her head inside the tent, and he went outside, had his pants down, and she's just beating him with a stick until she jammed it in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then Sweet Pea, what did she do to her? Did she stab?
She baseball batted her.
Clubbed her in the head.
She's a good thing you're dead because in a few years your breast would be sagging something down.
And I said this to my wife when Sweet Pea was laying on her back and you could see underneath her tits. I'm like, those are implants. I'm like, you can see the fucking scar and they're sitting up. They're not going off to the side like real ones. Like when they lay down, them bitches go off to the side. But like, the implants will just like at attention. And no, so yeah, those I was like, yep, implant scars underneath. I'm like, okay, so those are they look to be under the muscle, so which is I can't remember if that was like rare. I don't know. I'm talking about the efficacy of different types of implants.
She's dead anyways, but they killed her.
Dead. she's dead. They were those. Well, back then, those were probably man. I
have no idea.
I didn't really feel implants for the first time until the 90s, so I can't judge the 80s. I was much too young. I can only judge the visual aesthetics of them and tell you if they're real and, spot where the incision was made for the surgery.
If you look carefully right under here, you can see the incision.
Back and to the left. Back to the left. Back and to the left. But no, so yeah, she kills those two. And that's not the one where she just leaves them in the fucking tent. Didn't she? She just rolled them up in the tent. That's
well, she blows everything up after, and then
was it that when she set on fire?
There's the problem. The thing with this movie is I've seen it so many times that there's so many kills and they're so fast.
Yeah,
he's very efficient. And you're waiting to see what line of dialogue is going to trigger the death.
Yeah,
like some people right away are just like they're toast.
Yep.
Right. And then that girl's like, "Oh, pass me a shirt." She's like, "Oh, we're here because they can't get anyone else. Now we have some crazy asshole like Angela Baker, and you're like, oh, she's dead.
Yep.
Like she's toast. Anyone who says anything negative is just going to be. And the one guy you thought he might survive, the guy who loves Rambo 3. I love that he loves Rambo 3 as his favorite movie. And he's like, "Oh, I like to be tied up." You're like, "Oh, there you go."
Yeah, I'm over here going like, yes, that's awesome, but not in this movie, bro. Like, you're done. That is going as they say, hoist by his own petard, as it were. And yeah, she ties him up to the tree.
Yeah,
arms behind. Okay, first of all, let me just paint the picture here. If you're a guy, I'm not saying me, but if you're a guy and you want a female to tie you up, first of all, you're trusting a woman to tie you up. What the fuck is wrong with you in the first place? What is wrong with you? I mean, let's be honest here. Don't. You're going to end up like George Costanza in a hotel room. But no, why are you doing this outside? It's clearly cold as shit. And he's like, when are we going to screw? I'm like, oh, dude. You're like, I thought when they were sitting on the dock fishing and they set this whole thing up because they were tied together, the trust exercise, arms and legs tied together. I thought, I'm like, okay, so this guy is kind of like the country. I'm like, is he going to be like the sweet one that she kind of, nope, because he just tries to jump her. He's just like, I thought you wanted it.
Yeah. Your kind always does.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, you're definitely fucking dead. So yeah, she ties him to a tree, ropes his arms behind his back to the bumper of the Jeep, and removes his fucking arms.
Thank God there'll be one less idiot in politics.
Yeah. You know what? I hate to agree with the psychopathic serial killer, but I agree with the psychopathic serial killer.
I'm with her on all of. I'm pretty much with her on most of the things. I'm like a hashtag pro Angela Baker. Like it's like, yeah, this person's annoying. They can go.
The chick, the Herman's wife. What she was a shitbag too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm making a steak. What about the steak you were cooking? That's for me. I'm allergic to fish. That's a lie. It's like, and it's like, okay, go catch it. And then she's like, Bobby and I caught the fish. It's only fair that you clean them. And Riff's like, what? And pulls the gun out. You're like, oh, this guy's toast. Plus, he gave her a gun now, which is like, I mean, she dispatches Maria in the very beginning before the credits even come up. Then you got that great metal song that comes up. And then it's like the newscaster immediately. And then the second they split up, there's about like maybe 10 minutes of like, okay, this is the calm parts. Like, I'm a happy camper and all this other crap, bring that in. And then it's like they split up and then it's immediately like she sees Herman or whatever. He's dead. The girl's dead. They get tied. And then who else is in that group? I have to look at the cast again. But she removes them all quickly. And then she's like, oh, I have to switch. Yeah. I have to go and switch groups or something. And then she kills that girl. I love that girl is bringing Lily the coffee. And then and then she's like, we're going to switch. And she doesn't even pour it. She pours it out and dumps it and then leaves. It's like, you could have just handed it to her. Like, what?
Was she was she Chinese?
She's Asian or something.
She's
or
Asian. Yeah, she was Asian.
Arab.
I was like, Arab was her name.
Yeah, Arab. That's her name.
I thought that was fucking hilarious. I thought I heard it wrong, so I rewound it. I'm like,
Arab.
That is very ironic. That is very ironic that her name is Arab. I'm like, okay, I guess
it was Snowboy. Snowboy got, I think the Snowboy, because Snowboy and that other black guy threw the
Peter was the other black guy. He got the M80 up his
nose. Yeah. They're the ones. So
blows his fucking face off.
She killed like 5 people or 3 or 4 people in like 5 minutes or something. Like it's like that entire group is destroyed immediately.
It was freaking hilarious.
I mean, they don't even care at this point. They're just having fun with it. They're not even trying to.
No, there was no attempt to, like, I don't know. It's just like you have the pacing was like how, like, what, 3 kills for every like 10 minutes or something like that. It was like,
I mean, except Friday 5. I think Sleepaway Camp 3 beats Friday 5. Like Friday the 13th part 5 had 22 deaths, if I remember correct. I did it.
Yeah, it was 22.
I made a documentary I made an 8-hour documentary on the first 9 Friday movies. And I went through every kill and I had a chart of like how much hit points Jason lost, what weapon he used. So we were calculating how many times he uses a certain weapon. Like, part 1 has 9 deaths. I remember that because there was 9 movies and I thought, they're foreshadowing, which is not true. But yeah, 22 deaths. Now this one doesn't have that many deaths, I don't think, because there wasn't that many people. Or was there 5, 10, 15? Nah, it's not up to the 20s. It's probably under 20.
Let's see. She killed the 2 guys in the ambulance.
Oh, just taking care of business.
Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, the EMT's just like, and the cop's like, what if we just kill her? The EMT's like, it'd be pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck don't you just do it then? Shut up and just do it. You see her going like this. She's like, opens her eye and sees that syringe. Yeah. Like the cop is the dumb. And again, what an idiot. He just dies. He just stabbed right in the fucking eye, just sitting there going like, oh my God. Like, you're the worst police officer I've ever seen next to freaking the other dummy who got his heads cut off, Dad. Barney or whatever his name is. Barney was a moron too.
What are you going to do, Angela? You going to kill me? You going to cut my head off like you did my son? So what's it going to be? A gun.
Fucking stands there like Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a 2x4 and just, he does nothing to close the distance. And I'm like, the way she was holding that gun, I'm like, if he just swung away, by the time she had that thing down into aim, he could crack her in the hand before she got a round off. I'm like, or just push the card at her, but he just stands there. I'm like, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm just like, God, you deserve to die. You deserved to die.
Yeah, I love that they just deflated that because it was like, I was thinking, how is she going to, I thought he'd be the last one and there'd be like this big,
right?
There'd be this.
I thought there was going to be a showdown.
A showdown. There's no showdown. She just shoots him and that's it. And then those other people get tied up. And then I love the girl who's like, why are you doing this? Like, because you're a drug taker, a fornicator, a nasty, snotty bigot. And worst of all, you're real nice too.
Oh, the Southern girl. Hoist up the flagpole by the seat of her pants. Just salute your shorts. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah, drops her and she lands straight away on her head. Just blah.
That was awesome.
I'm like, I don't, and this is the thing. Like, I love the kill. It's creative as hell. I love it. But I'm like, again, let's look at Angela's like upper body. There is zero, because that other chick was taller than her.
Yeah.
There is zero chance that she has the physical upper body strength.
That's impossible.
That would be difficult for me.
Yes.
That would, not to lift a girl, but to pull her up slowly a flagpole. Number one, I mean, she's going to need a little bit stronger rope, and the back of her pants
is not.
I don't think that's gonna hold. I mean,
no, that entire thing would just
it would shred the back of her pants, and she would just fall after about probably 8 feet and just break a leg.
Yeah,
you know. But I mean, I love the kill. It was creative as fuck. But I'm just looking at it, go like, even she isn't a girl. Okay, she's not a girl, but she's still a very lithe string bean of a guy, quote unquote. So tiny.
That's her arm.
Yeah.
And we saw her like literally her arms are like
yes.
There's zero chance of that unless it like I was thinking that unless it's one of those where but there was no grading in it like normally like I used to work in a machine shop, we had a chain and then it links, so you go and it stays because it links, right?
Yeah, it's not going to fall back down automatically.
So then you just have to go once, twice. But that was just literally, first of all, that thing would fall. Your hands would be burnt to hell.
Yeah, she wasn't even wearing gloves.
Yeah, there's no way. There's zero. You can't even lift yourself up. Like, I don't think Angela could have lifted herself up and gone up herself. Anyways, whatever. It's fake.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole movie. I love that. Well, in physics class, we learned that you need a certain proportion of something. What are you talking about?
We're applying too much logic to this movie. Like, this is the caveat.
I love that we're doing it though, but it's great.
Absolutely. No, Gap. She does not have the teleportation powers.
No. She definitely does not. Angela is and she's equal opportunity killer. She doesn't have a type. She'll kill anybody. I love how
she's Crombopulous Michael from fucking Rick and Morty. I'll kill.
I've never seen any Rick and Morty episodes ever.
The first 2 seasons are gold. The season 3 premiere is overrated but still funny. After that, garbage.
Oh, really?
Garbage. Yeah. I fell out, but anyway, that's another discussion.
Anyway, maybe I'll check it. Yeah. Anything that gets super popular, there's a good chance I might not like it. Cause I'm like, but there is a little bit of a relationship with the girl from the nice little suburban neighborhood, whatever. And then the Hispanic, gang guy.
East LA, and she was from, I think it was Defiance, Ohio
or something.
I have friends from Defiance, which is funny, but I'm like, Midwestern town, and he's like, I'm born and raised in East LA, Holmes, East LA,
the lowriders, the bandana. I was wearing the bandana for the bandanas, the lowriders. It's like, man, I wish and then it's like this big, nice little tender moment. He's like, I wish I could get out of this gang, and it sucks and everything, and then there's this big love story. He's like, you know what? And they survive. And it's like, we're going to be back and I'll take care of you. She's like, I kind of have a boyfriend.
I'm like, again, total female move, dude. Total female move. She initiated everything with him. It was all her. Like, from the word go, she was checking him out, and I was like, what a whore.
Yeah. And then she did it too. She's like, you got to have she had the condoms with her.
Right. Yeah. They're out in the woods and all of a sudden, she's got the Jimmy hat and it's like, okay.
I'm moving to Ohio.
I'm moving to Ohio. Like, all right. Okay. Okay.
And then Maria catch. I'm surprised Maria didn't off them right there, but she said was it Tony? Was that the guy's
Tony? Yeah, it was Tony and what was the other chick's?
Maria.
I think it was Maria. No, it wasn't Maria. Was
Angela's?
That was her.
So what the hell's? How am I not remembering this?
I can't
know these names by. I'm looking at IMDb. Yeah, Riff is the best. Riff
from Detroit.
Yeah. Where is the guy? Yeah, Arab. I'm looking at them now. It's pretty neat. Tawny? Who the hell? No.
Then you had the Asian dude from West Hollywood or whatever. He was like West. Yeah, it was Hollywood or something like that. He was the one that died right at the end with the one black girl who never had like any lines. Yeah,
they just got the two
axes.
The double axe handle.
Yep.
the two. So those other two were kind of boring.
Yeah, they had nothing throughout the entire movie. They were out of the entire cast. They had, I think, 1 to 2 lines each. like the Asian kid kind of hammed it up with the camera.
Right.
And yeah, it was just like they did nothing with those two characters.
They showed up to die. That's it.
That was it. They were just fodder. There was like, fuck them. We don't have enough time. Just kill them.
We don't have any time. Okay, so I'm looking at the Lily Riff. Cindy was the racist.
That was the racist girl from Georgia. Was Cindy?
It's Marsha.
Marsha. Okay.
Yeah,
Marsha,
that's right. Yeah.
Marsha.
Marsha. Yeah, so Marsha and Tony are the two that survive. But then she comes out and fights her. And then she's getting stabbed. She's like, you try to be nice to people. I was like, I know, Angela, this is why you just can't be, you should just kill everybody, because you try to be nice to these people, and all of a sudden they come out and stab you, even though you killed everybody. You didn't kill them, so like, what's your problem?
Oh my God, this shit's just, oh my God. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm being nice. I'm like, I don't, you use these words and I do not think you know what they mean.
Yeah. Well, I love like, there's so many little things that everything Angela says and does is funny. It's like, hey, he's like, you chop wood real good. It's like, I've never chopped wood before, but I've chopped other things.
Right. And then you see like the other character was kind of like, just for a split second. And then it's totally just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you look like you've been through a lot in 17 years. It's like, oh, like, yeah.
Yep.
So,
yeah, it's a rough 17.
It's like, oh, I thought you were older.
I spent years in an asylum. I had my shit chopped off.
Yeah, they basically don't even, I mean, they give you the back. Do they even give you the back? Yeah. Arab and the other girl, when they're talking in the cabin, they do give the very, very super brief, like even more brief than part 2. I understand that that's my phone to remind me to take my meds, and then that's that R2D2 is my meds 1, and then in half an hour from now, I'll be doing meds 2, and that's Power Rangers. So there you go. But yeah, like they do, it's just the briefest of explanations. I understand for part 2 they needed to do a little bit more because, you may not have seen. I think it's like Evil Dead 2. I saw the Army of Darkness, like I saw those movies reversed order. Evil Dead 1 didn't play anywhere in Canada. It was impossible to find. It may have been on the Video Nasties. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was on that list or not, but Evil Dead 2 was, again, impossible to find. I had seen Army of Darkness because it just looked like a cool adventure movie.
Yeah.
My buddy had said, oh, it's actually Evil Dead 3. And then I had to go and like track these down. And my friend gave me an extra copy of Evil Dead 1 and whatever. But so Sleepaway Camp Part 2, I think a lot of people may have either, if you were you saw Sleepaway Camp 1 first, but I think I saw 2 first, then 3, then 1. Because when I was renting movies, like I saw Friday 5 first, and I was just going by what you could find at the store. Like my collection is actually better than any video store that I've ever gone to, because you could never find, like they'd have Friday the 13th 1, 2, and like 5 and 6.
Yep.
Like, okay, like where's these? Oh, we didn't get them. Like, okay, so same with Sleepaway Camp. We saw Sleepaway Camp 1 last. Which is why it was actually a bit more shocking, because we knew the story was, oh, she got the sex change, but they kind of gloss over it quickly. You don't really think about it too much, and it just moves on, like in part 2. So we watched part 1, you're like, it's like literally like a naked kid with like a girl head. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Right. Yeah, the end of that movie is just batshit fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
And I like the flashback sequence in this one to like the song in part 2. Because Angela's, remember, like everybody was cheering for, and then she does you like me, you really like me. I was like, what the fuck was that? Was that a Marilyn Monroe? That was Marilyn Monroe, wasn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah, it might be. It sounds like
because Jim Carrey did that in The Mask too, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a Marilyn Monroe line. I'm like, that's funny that they, she does that in the flashback. But yeah,
that is great.
Like, I was explaining that to the wife. I'm like, this is from part 2, but I'm like, it's her warped perception of how it happened. I'm like, because it wasn't nobody cheering for her. She sang the song, but like everybody's kind of ripping on her,
Yeah. Yeah, and that one guy pushed the other guy over on the chair to interrupt the song and all that. And
like, you're dead.
Cheering.
You're
dead. You're dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
I just love this movie setup because if you saw it first, then you lost out. But seeing part 2 and knowing that she only kills the bad kids, and because part 2 is part 2 is still like a legit movie. Like they do try to have character moments and stuff and establish things and, sort of have some sort of, little traits. And you're like, okay, well, when's Angela going to go to the breaking point? This one, it's instantaneous. It's just like, oh, it's an experiment in sharing. We're taking all of the bad kids from the rough neighborhoods. You're like, well, they're all dead. And then here's the nice kids from the whatever neighborhood. You're like, well, they're probably going to be stuck up snobs, so they're dead.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what happens. And now I find this movie comforting in a weird way because you're just going to watch everyone get killed off and have fun.
Yeah.
They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's like what you said in the beginning of the stream. It's towards the end now of the 80s. Will this continue into the 90s? We don't know. 90s feels like goes more supernatural.
Yep.
And it goes into like either zombies or like ghostly things or crazy people. Not so much like literal slashers where here's your 10 characters, watch them get, it's literally 10 little Indians. Or now, I don't know what it's called now. That they had to change that title a million. The first title of the Agatha Christie book was called 10 Little N-Words. That's actually the name of the book, 10 Little N's.
She named a book that?
Yeah, that was the name of the book. It was meant to be like these people are going, they're going to all die, so they're just, fodder. Then it was 10 Little Indians, but now that's offensive. So now it's, I don't know. Oh, and then there were none. That's what it's called now. Now it's called none.
We have to use none because that's the only thing that's not offensive to anybody.
Yeah, because it just means nothing. So anyway, so it's basically that you're just waiting for them to die off in kind of a fun way. And Angela doing now it's one-liners on every kill.
Yep.
It's some weird thing. So it's comforting and it's short. I mean, I've sometimes watched it twice. Like I've watched, I'm just gonna watch that again. That was hilarious. You could watch that twice, and you'd still have half an hour left over if you were gonna watch any of the like a Marvel movie or something, or like you could watch this twice, and you could watch this twice and still watch like a half an hour TV show or something, and you'd still be under the running time of like one of these regular movies nowadays, which is like 2.5 hours or whatever.
Yep. That's a problem. Like everybody thinks their movies have to be like this, like just magnum opus. Everything's got to be a grand production and 2.5 hours. It's like, no, just make a movie, make it fun. You can do that in 80 to 90 minutes and you're golden. They'll spend money on it because it's not going to take their entire afternoon to watch.
And the budget's way less.
Yep.
Like Superman is going to be costing, it's 2 hours and a little bit, and it's going to cost like hundreds of millions because they're just make it 100 minutes. Like, what do you need it to be longer for? Okay, so granted, maybe some movies you can make it longer, but like literally 90, 100 minutes, that's way, way, way enough. I'm going to be a guest on a podcast, so not on YouTube, but a podcast talking about Rambo 3. So I watched Rambo 3. Coincidentally, I watched Rambo 3, and this guy's favorite movie, Bobby's favorite movie, is Rambo 3, which is hilarious that there's a connection. Yep. But it's literally 100 minutes. It's beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like super action. We know who Rambo is. Get in there. And this movie is like streamlined to hell. How much more could you have added? Maybe more gore, as we mentioned. And I'm going to have to go through that survival kit and maybe check the Shout Factory, see if they have the extra scenes. Because I may have seen those, but I mean, these are all old Blu-rays and old DVDs. So I haven't really gone back and revisit. I rewatched this movie on the library copy I gave you. I just had it on in the background while I was, doing stuff. Because I've seen that so many times. I don't really need to. I did take notes. I'm trying to see, did I write anything interesting? I think this is one of these movies where my notes are bullshit because it's like I just wrote stuff, but like there's nothing really to dissect.
Really? No.
I wrote that line down. That was funny.
There's no
cheerleader, virgin. You're a fornicator. You're a cheerleader. So cheerleader was the other thing she said in there. Oh, she asked, "Are you a virgin?" No.
Yeah.
Are you a cheerleader? Yes. It's like, are you a virgin? No. Strike 3. Or
yeah, strike 3. It's like, oh.
Riff's got the gun. That's funny, to clean the fish. Although she's like, "I'll handle it." Riff, you got to clean the fish. Like, turn the music down. You heard me the first time. He's playing like generic. He's playing like generic
copyright
public
public domain music.
Public domain rap or whatever. It's like,
get the Casio keyboard out and produce a beat real quick that we can use in this movie.
Yeah, I love it. Angela made a rap tape. We didn't talk about that.
Oh my God! Yeah, she plays it before she kills Riff.
Yeah,
he's sitting there listening to it. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I was like, "That
pretty." Do you know it? Do you know the rap song?
I can't rember it offhand.
Angels are pretty, angels can fly, but here is an angel that can make you die. All you, what is it? All you do? No. So say your prayers and make amends because your life story is about to end. But no, there's a line. Oh man, I had it memorized. Angels are pretty, angels can fly, but here's an angel that can make you die. You got no style, you got no flair. All you do is fight and swear. So say your prayers and make amends because your life story is about to end. That's the rap that she does. Wow.
She kills him with the tent spikes.
Yes.
She jams one in his hand, and then the other one goes into, I guess it was his head.
Yeah. Yeah. They foreshadowed that tape recorder. They did do a couple of things in this movie. They didn't just literally pull it out of their ass. Like, they did set stuff up. Like when she went and you saw the tape recorder in the earlier scene, and then she sees the tape recorder. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, and then she does use it, and then she gets the gun and she does use the gun. So they still tried to, as silly as this movie is, they still tried a little bit to try to, make a movie. I think just accidentally, like that's why some of these like bad movies baffle me. It's like just by accident, you should have made a somewhat okay movie, because even these movies that don't even care are these guys clearly don't care. They already shot part 2. They're like, oh, we'll just make part 3 out of this. Yeah. Like this isn't a big production for them. They're already at the camp. This isn't Mission Impossible 7 or something or whatever. Like it's just like, but they're still trying. And even by accident, they came up with some stuff, but I love all of the lines and like, the ankles. She's like, my ankles hurt. She's like, what are you gonna do? We're gonna chop it off? No. It's like, I'm just joking. But she actually thinks that's not a joke because she would. And she lawnmowered Lily.
Oh, Lily. Yeah. I'm like, oh, when she buried her in that garbage, I'm like, why is she burying her? Oh, because her head, as soon as I saw her head sticking out, I'm like, what is she gonna do to her fucking head? I was thinking it was gonna be the rats. Yeah, I was thinking like the rats were gonna start like gnawing at her because she was buried in all that garbage. And she's like, "There's rats in here." I'm like, okay, so the rat's gonna like come out. It's like, is one gonna come out through her mouth or some shit, like burrow its way in through her stomach or something like bonkers. But the lawnmower it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
it
that
really did.
Great. No, it's like your trip's been canceled.
I love it. She's like, we'll take you with us.
I know. It's like, yes.
We'll take you with us. And what's her name? Marcia runs out and finds the body. Angela's like, oh, every summer I come to camp, somebody loses their head. I'm like, God damn, this dialogue is fucking gold. It is gold. She just
says it right there in front of them too. It's like, yeah. And she directs them. Oh, Lily's she's sitting out there doing nothing. Go look. Okay.
Yep.
And it's like, oh shit, she's dead. She's headless.
Surprise!
It's
like ICP. She did the headless boogie. I'm a recovering juggalo.
Juggalo?
Oh, that's what they call, ICP's fans are the juggalos and juggalettes.
Oh, I see. I don't know what that.
ICP is they dress up like clowns. They paint their face like clowns.
Oh, ICP, Insane Clown Posse.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't put the. Yeah.
And I have a picture of me and my here. Let me blow this up. Me and my
I know
boy.
Insane Clown Posse. I didn't put the. Oh my god.
That's me and my boy is Shaggy and Violent J.
That's awesome.
Yep, we DJ'd. It was actually I was like 19. It was my girlfriend's sister had her like 16th birthday party, and because I listen to a lot of ICP, she's like, will you guys like dress up like ICP for my birthday? So me and my buddy Tom, I'm like, do you want to do this? He goes, yep. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So and it's funny now because my wife is related to Shaggy Two Dope from ICP, so it's kind of funny that
I know Insane Clown Posse. I know, is it what kind of like I'm okay, so all of my knowledge of superheroes and movies, something had to be sacrificed. So what got sacrificed is music.
Okay.
Don't know. My favorite band of all time and space is Iron Maiden. I've memorized complete albums. Okay, like I can do the whole album, but I cannot name all the members. I'm like, well, I know Bruce Dickinson. I don't remember the guy who was before him. I know Blaze came after. I can name some of them. If you gave me a multiple choice and say who's in Iron Maiden, I could circle it. But just like off the fly, like I could tell you everybody who got killed in Sleepaway Camp 3, but I don't remember. And that's my favorite band. I have all their albums that I've listened, like I literally have memorized. Like, let's say the first like 8 albums, I could probably do the entire 8 album, like the whole album, but I don't know. So I know music. Like I've heard of these people. People say, oh yeah. Like they'll be like, oh, you've heard this song. I'm like, probably not, like, so I like Judas Priest. I know all that. I know all of Judas Priest. I know all of Black Sabbath, but I can't name everyone. I know Ozzy, of course, and Dio, but like that's it. So something had to be sacrificed. So my music knowledge is like garbage. So if there's ever a music reference, you have to let me know what you're talking about. And then there's still a 50-50 chance I might not know.
Damn. Yeah, I'm a music guy. Like I listen to music pretty much all day. Like, and I will like my tastes go from I'll listen to, and this is no like when I'm lifting, I'll listen to like John Carpenter synth, or I'll listen to like metal, or I'll listen to fucking 50s music, like completely like off the wall. Like I'll go from like the fucking Dell Vikings to goddamn Black Label Society to like Too Short. Like I'm all over the place.
Yes, yeah. I don't even recognize a lot of those names. Even if I like the thing, I don't know the name of it. Hey, Classic. Yeah, this is part 3. There's 4 of them. The 4th one is whatever. This continues from same actors from part 2. But yeah, like I love musicals. I love movie scores. I have tons. Almost any score that you can think of, I've got or I've downloaded or purchased or whatever. So I love music scores. So that's what I listen to all day in the background. In my university days, we'd be blasting metal. So Judas, Iron Maiden, whatever was popular at the time. I don't know anything about rap, like at all, like zero, hip hop, zero. I know like some of the pop people, like, Britney or something or whatever. Right. But like, I do know the Spice Girls very well. And I told you that because I left it was an 8-hour drive on the bus from my place to New Jersey to visit my buddy. And I forgot all my Iron Maiden tapes. So the only tapes I had was my buddy gave me all the Spice Girls albums. There was 2 or 3 at the time. So that's all I had to listen to for 8 hours is Spice Girls. So actually I'm quite a Spice Girls expert. but other than that, that's the only popular thing I know.
I like the I don't dislike the Spice Girls. Not at all. Yeah. Dude, did you see that video I posted on Facebook of me like doing the stupid dances and shit like that?
Yes,
like,
I've seen you doing random.
That's what I was singing, like lip syncing was the Spice Girls at the end of that. Like when Maddie
okay,
this is the shit we listen to while we're working in practice. Yeah, sure. It's like all kinds of just like it's whoever, like, because we can all sync our phones to like the house stereo. So like Maddie was just fucking around and then like just sit there like just picking random shit. Yeah, we listen to the most random music while we're wrestling or doing whatever at camp. It's just fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. Is that a Spice Girls lyric?
Yeah, I mean that was ages ago now. I don't think I have those out. I think I gave away any CD that wasn't heavy metal. I gave away. I did have like random stuff because people would buy you things and be like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, that thanks, and I'll just keep it. But then shake if you had that. Shake to the left, shake to the right if you want. Feel it, that's that Spice Girls, that one I know. But yeah, so okay. So they basically, in this movie, they changed the shirts around. They're the same color. It's Rolling Hills, Arawak, and New Horizon are the is the new camp or whatever. And I do like in this one where they tried something a little bit different to say, okay, how are we going to get Angela to kill these people? Like, how we got to make them bad. And I actually think the experiment itself is actually a decent idea to say, okay, let's mix these kids together and like see if, and then splitting up into groups and playing the trust games and all that. It's kind of an interesting idea. If it was a real thing, like it's actually pretty good. And then throwing Angela into the mix where she's just going to kill anyone who's irritating. And the thing is that like kids, teens, whatever, they are irritating. Like she's going to find something wrong with everybody because 9 out of 10 are going to be annoying in some way. Like, and of course, Riff is like an extreme example, or the girl who is the racist girl. She's like an extreme example, but some of them like, and Bobby's an idiot. So, I mean, he's an idiot, but like, he doesn't deserve to die. Like, it's just like, he's just like a dumbass, right? It's like, oh, I like to be tied up. It's like, idiot. Like, what are you talking about? So, and like, not everyone, and some of the two that got killed at the end, and Marsha and all that, they're not so bad. In some ways, Marsha, who is the good one, it's like she was really terrible because she was really like egging on Tony here, and then she sleeps with him and it's like, oh, I have a boyfriend, so whatever. So it's like they role reverse that. Like you think that would have been Tony, you think Tony would have been pulling something like that, but actually Marsha pulls something like that. So that's kind of an interesting thing to kind of twist on the characters at the end there. And I think they just ran out of time almost. It's almost like we haven't killed these two. Oh crap! They'll just die by some stupid axe thing. You're like, okay.
Yeah, they were the characters where you're like, hey, look, it doesn't matter how they die. They had no character development other than a few lines. The Asian guy got more dialogue than the other black girl did. Like I think she introduced herself and maybe said like one or two things, like when they were switching up, she was like, oh man, or something like that when they had to switch up like campers, but she didn't say too much. The Asian dude had like his introduction. He was kind of hamming it up for the camera. And
he's like, she's like, up yours or something.
He said to the guy, the Mexican guy from East LA, he was like, we got a lot of hills in California or something like that. And the guy was like, yeah, or the Hollywood Hills. He was like, yeah, I guess. Like,
right, Tony, the Hollywood Hills, Tony?
Yeah. That was about it.
Wow.
That one sunk like a lead balloon.
that was. I mean, I don't know, like what you can, like this is like a movie that's almost just like we're just making it for. It's a weird one. It's like they're making it for a sub-genre of Sleepaway Camp fans. There's like Sleepaway Camp fans, and this is like the subgenre of Sleepaway Camp fans who are like, I really like Sleepaway Camp Part 2. I just wish there wasn't that much dialogue. Like, it's just, in case someone said, because it's like Sleepaway Camp 2 is the real movie version of Sleepaway Camp 3.
Yep.
And 2 is so streamlined. So when you first saw 2, you're like, okay, that was pretty cool. It's a great slasher movie. It's a lot of great. And then it's like, and you're like, well, it's like, wow, it's so streamlined. It's right to the point. A couple of character moments, but boom, right into the kills are pretty good. This one's even more like there's even less like screen time, and it's immediately into the killing. I love spray painting Angela's back because that is outrageous. How is that even there? I mean, it's just so weird, but it's great.
Very. It was like, yeah. I was like, was that just there for the fucking credits? Like, I don't think that exists other than for like the audience. It's one of those things. Yeah. It was like, yeah, but it's funny too because it's like I looked at it at first too, and I'm like,
what?
What? Like, Nobody was like, "Hey, look at this," you know.
Yes, it's not actually spray paint. It's like when they put Bruce Campbell versus Army of Darkness. It's like, okay, first of all, it's Ash. Second of all, wait, how is that the name of what? That's the name of this movie, Bruce Campbell versus. Like, no, that's not. But yeah, you're right. That just exists for the for the audience, but it's just because it drives by. It's like, yeah, there it is. It's like Teenage Wasteland, like
Teenage Wasteland. I'm like, we couldn't afford that song. We'll call it Teenage Wasteland, but we can't use the fucking song by the Who.
Songs, yeah, like I like the song. For like a millisecond when that song played, I thought, oh, is that Maiden? And I was like, no, it's not. But
it did, like at the very beginning. I'm like, because I wasn't a big Iron Maiden fan, but like I listened to their music because I love 80s rock, and I'm like, nope, not. I was like, I'm thinking of like they couldn't afford that.
No, there's no chance in the yeah, there's no chance in hell they're gonna.
If they had that much money for the budget, it wouldn't be spent on the soundtrack.
No, that's true.
They're not going to spend it on licensed music.
Yeah, no way. Music's a killer. That's like a big killer of budget.
Oh my God, yeah, because you have to pay individually. It's just it turns into a freaking nightmare trying to do that. That's what hurt WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
But anyway. This movie was a freaking blast to watch. It was fast paced. There's a ton of kills. The characters, you're basically rooting for them to die in entertaining ways. That's what this was. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to let you go ahead and rate this one.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't care. Look, okay. This is okay. Well, you know when people say, why can't they just make a horror movie where it gets right to the point, the killer wins at the end, it's like funny lines, all the one-liners, all the gore, the nudity. Why can't they just do that? They did. It's called Sleepaway Camp Part 3, and you didn't watch it.
Yep.
So there's no rating. Like you can literally, I've got people who are like, yeah, this is terrible. Like Trina would have probably been like she probably would have liked Part 2. She may have liked Part 2, which still has legitimacy as like, okay, there's some moments and stuff, and like, okay, yeah, and then that's still like kind of a real movie. This is a fan. It's almost like a fan edit.
Yep.
It feels like there's like a 100-minute version of Sleepaway Camp Part 3, and someone's like, oh, all these parts are crappy. I'll just keep the good parts. That's almost what this feels like, except that's the movie we got. So I'm giving. You could like. Like if anyone says, "Oh, this is like a 0 out of," that's fine. I mean, I can't. My film school education mind can't really make any justifications for it other than the fact that it's streamlined and it's exactly. If they just cut all the fat, it's exactly what you want. You want 12 kills. Here's your 12 kills. There you go. It's almost like one every few minutes. So. But anyways, I love Angela Baker. She's the best. So I'm getting it 5 out of 5. I love it. I love it. So it's equal to Casablanca in rating.
I was gonna say, we scored this the same as Lawrence of Arabia.
Yep, I love Lawrence. That's one of the best films ever made. Yep. This is getting the same score.
Yeah. I have no problem giving this one another 5 out of 5. I really don't. Because as a horror fan, I'm not looking for, a transcendent masterpiece.
Right.
I want gore. I want tits, and I want some one-liners. I want some cool kills, and I don't want to spend all day watching the movie.
Right.
And this checked all of those boxes for me. You look at like I said, normally it's like set pieces. Set pieces were fine. It was at a camp. There was nothing wrong with the sets. The kills were good, ridiculous, absolutely. But in a movie like this, in the third installment, I don't know what else you would expect. Pamela Springsteen was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
She was great. 2 movies in a row. She absolutely killed it, no pun intended. But no, I enjoyed the shit out of this, man. I'll watch this in Part 2 again. Like I've seen the first one like twice now, and I'm like, it's a great movie. It really is. The twist at the end, if it's like, it's out there shit. And these two are so far removed from that tonally. Like you said, the second one has legitimacy to it. Unhappy Campers. It has legitimacy to it, but it's still just bonkers.
Oh yeah.
This is just, like you said, it's like a fan edit. They took all the story out of it. We're just like, we'll leave the kills and minimal character development, just little bits here and there. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And I don't mind. I really don't, because I think anything else would have been extraneous as far as comparatively speaking to the rest of the movie. You know, I'm not trying to get deep into this movie because the shit ain't that deep. But it's fun. This is a fun movie to watch. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
You can put them together. You could put 2 and 3. Yeah, I agree with you. Part 1. Look, I like part 1. I met Felicia Rose, super nice person, chatted with her a long time, like uncomfortably long. And she's great. You know, part 1's good. The problem is part 1 is still trying to be a bit more of a legit movie. And I like The Burning more. And I like Friday the 13th part 2 way more. You know, so like some of these legit, like, you know, those first, like even 6, 7, even 7, like 1 through 7, let's say, are all very like good quality. You know, I love part 8 because it's like, you know, it's hokey, but like Friday 1 to 7, it's like, yeah, these are legit good slasher movies. It's like, you know, they're proper. So obviously it's still, you know, Sleepaway Camp is nothing compared to those. But because Sleepaway Camp part 2 and 3 are so heavy on the one-liners and comedy and just silliness, they separated themselves from Friday 13th. Sleepaway Camp part 1 is trying to be like a Friday 13th movie and not succeeding. These are not trying to be that, and they're succeeding in what they're trying to do, which is different than what Friday 2. I know we both love that. It's like, that's like really high up as like pretty legit. Like there's still a little bit of mystery. You don't see exactly what's going on. You know, the way she defeats Jason's very clever. It's actually like they put some psychology. Absolutely. They thought this through. Like they actually thought, it's like, what if this guy really did see his mom and he's now surviving? He doesn't know what's going on. He's just eating whatever he can eat. He's covering his face because he's ashamed. What would he be like, and how could you defeat something like that, right? And I liked that. So plus they made Ginny sympathetic to Jason's plight. It's like, well, you know, I feel bad for that guy. So that's sort of like a legit. After that, it's like, okay, it's a bit, they're schlockier, right? But like, anyways, but Sleepaway Camp part 2 is like nothing compared to like Friday 2. Like Friday 2 is like super awesome. So, but Sleepaway Camp part 2 and Friday 2 are not the same thing. They're not the same movies, right? Like I would say Sleepaway Camp part 1 versus Friday part 1 would be a better, like, you know, which one you could fight, but like Friday 2 and Sleepaway 2 are like, they've like branched off into their own thing. So both are great for their, you know, like I'd give Friday 2 a 5 out of 5 also, I would say. Anyway, there you go.
That's Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. Absolutely fun movie. Somebody said in the chat earlier, I think it was CB, they're all on YouTube right now, or the second 2 are, or 2 and 3 are on YouTube. I don't think they can get away with putting the first one on there. I don't know how they upload this, you know, because there's like, you know, you got tits in them. So I don't know.
How is that? How can that be?
But anyway, they're out there if you want to watch them. They're a lot of fun, and like I said, they don't take up a lot of your time, which is always convenient in a horror movie. No Tuesday Night Terrorvision next week. We'll be back the week after. I will be unable to stream Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll have Monday night next week though, and I might try to pre-record a couple of videos or get some best of clips or something for Tuesday just to set to release. But yeah, my latest promo is up if you want to go check that out. For those of you who are new here, I am a professional wrestler. So Super Shogun Wrestling is where I only work one place. That's because nobody else is good enough to get me. It's in the description, as is the link to J-Man's channel and his Twitter. So subscribe to him, follow him over there on the socials. Hey, Zombie Box. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Gap, my mod, Zombie Box. Thank you, brother, for checking in. Parrot Head. I know Zombie was in the chat last night. Classic Comics. Let's see. Who else? Draven stopped in. CB was here. Keely Chow. Joe Dog.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Blake stopped by. Blake's going to be making another appearance here coming up very soon. But thank you all, man. J-Man, thanks again, brother.
Awesome.
We will be back in 2 weeks for another episode of Tuesday Night Terror Vision. Until then, if we don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. Remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away.